I'm sorry to say this isn't a normal upholstery studio video. The video you are about to see is extremely unpleasant. If you wish to see a video of a happy little Adrian sewing something neat, I'm sure there are plenty of videos before this one. However, if you like hearing about the uncomfortable truth, things people won't talk about, and the challenges you are soon to face, then stay. As I retrace each of my painful experiences, just like that, a seemingly peaceful trade turns dark. Everything I'm going to go over in this video are all my own personal experiences and stuff I have witnessed myself. Now, when I was first getting into the upholstery trade, no one really told me about these things, so I figured it would be beneficial to all you guys if I told you. Now, some people don't necessarily like my opinions per se, or don't like how I say them. Sometimes I can be a little bit blunt, but hey, sometimes the truth hurts. To each their own. But anyways, here are some of the things that I was not warned about before I got into the upholstery trade. Starting with number one, the most common problem you're going to face when you get started in the upholstery industry, or really any industry, are angry customers. Now, there is an endless spectrum of reasons why a customer could be angry. I've noticed a lot of people like to overact their anger whenever they have their job finished and they're ready to pay. They'll find something to like nitpick or just get so blown up out of proportion about with something that like either isn't there, they just made up in their heads. Whether it be like, I told you to make it this way and you made it this way and I'm so mad and give me a deal, give me a discount, or like I'm not paying for this. Usually that happens a lot of times, and it all stems from people trying to weasel their way out of paying the full price or trying to get a deal. You just got to stand your ground. Like, if you let these customers walk over you, they're going to walk over you. Sometimes it's going to be a little uncomfortable confronting these people. For instance, I had one guy. He didn't like the timeline I gave him. He wanted his cushions done next week. I told him we're 5 months out. This was peak season. This was like June. We had people lining up till the end of the year. We were slammed. And when I tell you this guy could not handle hearing that, he lost his mind. Forehead veins, red face. He was spitting all over me. He was just chewing me out. Could not handle hearing that at all. Eventually, he wore himself out. But anyways, the other type of angry customer I see a lot are just straight up dickheads. I actually had a guy come in last week. Told me he was going to drop off 2 cushions. We agreed. I could squeeze in 2 cushions for you. Sure. I'm really busy. I'll help you out. I'll squeeze them in. I'll get you done nice and fast. This guy tries to pull a fast one, brings in 10 cushions, right? So, okay, I told him I'd do these 2. Now he's bringing in 10. Sure, I'll go along with it. I'll go ahead and get your job done, even though I absolutely hate putting people in front of other people, and I try to never do that. But I did it for this one guy. And as I was going over the job details, this guy just walks out in the middle of the shop, in the middle of me talking to him. Just blatantly rude as could be, like mind-blowingly rude. It's insane. And that was the last I heard of him that day. So I went ahead, finished his job, did everything we talked about. Sure enough, when he goes to pay, basically white glove inspection. He's like looking at these cushions, looking for the smallest little detail to bitch about. Fortunately, I made all of them myself, so there was absolutely nothing wrong with them. When he goes to try and fork over the cash, obviously he's giving the office lady some hassle, and he does the exact same thing and just storms out in the middle of her talking, just interrupts her, and then leaves. Asshole. But that's just some people. You're going to have angry customers. Nothing you can do about it. Just suck it up, move on. Everybody deals with it. It's a part of life. Number 2 problem you're most likely going to face is people straight up lying to you. People lie all the time. I get people lying to me every single week, borderline every single day, and it's all to do the same thing. to try to manipulate you, to try and weasel their way out of paying for this, trying to weasel their way into a deal, or God knows what these customers are trying to do. Regardless, they're trying to manipulate you so you can either move faster or do whatever they want you to do. You just have to keep sticking your ground, because at the end of the day, if someone's trying to rush you, the stuff takes a certain amount of time, especially if you want to put out some good work. You're going to have to spend some time doing the job, and they're going to have to wait for you to do it, especially if you have a wait list. And they're also going to have to pay for it. Materials are not cheap nowadays, and labor is also not cheap nowadays. Everybody's going to complain about the prices, and everybody's going to try and lie, and everybody's going to try and get out of paying it. But at the end of the day, the stuff takes a certain amount of time to do, and it takes a certain amount of money to do it. Stand your ground. Be strong. You got it. My favorite lie I get all of the time, I don't know what Facebook group all these people are a part of, where they just all agree on this one lie to tell us constantly, but everybody's always leaving for the Bahamas next week, so they have to get their stuff done. Did a sailboat enclosure. They were leaving for the Bahamas that weekend. Sure enough, they didn't go. Telling you. People are going to try and manipulate you. People are going to lie to you. They're going to do whatever they can. Just be strong. You got it. It's annoying to deal with, but you're not going to escape that. You're definitely going to run into that. People are going to lie to you, and people are going to try and weasel their way out of anything they can. Life goes on. Third problem you're absolutely, definitely 100% going to run into eventually is people not paying. I'm not going to dwell on this too much, because that's been kind of the entire video so far. If you haven't picked up on the common theme, some people, they're just going to not pay you. They're going to try their best to ghost you. I've had people try and leave the country. I've had people just not answer their phones, different phones. I've had people write intentionally bad checks so they won't go through. I don't know if that's legal or not. The people that try and get out of paying will do absolutely anything they can to not pay. It's the way she goes. I don't think there's one company out there that hasn't dealt with this. And depending on how far you go with your upholstery, you too will definitely deal with this. Still trying to figure this one out. It's tricky. So, yeah. The last problem that I typically face, that I'm sure y'all will also face at some point, is being disappointed in your work. Now, that sounds kind of silly, but put yourself in these shoes. You have a job you spent 3 weeks doing. Is an absolute beast of a job. You're so excited. This is about to look so cool. I cannot believe I'm actually doing upholstery at this level now. Holy cow. This is going to look so awesome when I'm done. And then you finish it, and it just doesn't look like you wanted it to. There is nothing worse than that. No angry customer, no customer trying to ditch me, or no customer not paying is going to suck more than being disappointed in a job you were so excited for. It sucks. And those jobs are the ones that really help you get better. Because if you can just like swallow your pride, it's a big ass swallow. But if you can actually choke it down, learn from it, you'll get better eventually. That is how you improve. That is the only reason why I'm doing upholstery and whatever at the level I'm doing now, is because I have had so many of those jobs I was just so disappointed in. I absolutely hated how it turned out. I am better than this. Why does it look like this? That is shameful. That's pathetic. You learn from it and you move on. There's truly nothing worse in my opinion. But if you can get past that, then you are golden. That's pretty much going to be it for all of the negatives of upholstery. I know it's honestly not that much in the grand scheme of things. Really, it's just stuff that you see across the board just with any generic business. A lot of them are customer based. I know I went pretty hard on customers in this video. Not all customers are bad. In fact, most customers are actually pretty good, but it's just the more customers you have, the more traffic you have, the more bad customers you're going to get. And unfortunately, sometimes they come in waves. and you're going to get some really bad ones. It's just the way things are. There's nothing to freak out about. It's just business. The important thing is you just keep a cool head and you focus on yourself. At the end of the day, if you're putting out some good work and you're confident and you're nice, you're probably good to go. I hope you got a little bit of value out of this video. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one.